Hello guys, my name is Pushkar and I'm here to explain you the backup, recovery and restore concepts in Oracle database 10G. Well, I'm very sorry for that low sound quality, but please adjust. Now, the very first question arises that what to backup. Now, we will here practice to backup some very important control files, database files, data files, tables, schemas, then all the server parameter files, let's say init sid.ora, server parameter sid.ora, which are the initialization files, and then we will look for TNS listener files. Now let's start with control files. Now what are control files? Well, the control files are very small binary files which actually stores the information of database structure. Now let's start with backing up of control files. Now, before I show you how to back up the control files, let's see on what stage what error comes. Now, we start up the database and in the TNS listener, if the server parameter file is corrupted or not found, or the initialization sid.ora files are not found or they are corrupted, then that startup no mount stage fails. Well, if all the control files are missing, then startup mount step fails. If one of them is missing, then it shows the warning, and we can see which one of the control file is missing by seeing the alert logs. Now, after startup of the instance, we alter the database in open mode. If all the data files and redo log files are not in sync or any one of it is corrupt, then this step fails. Now let's see how to backup the control files. Okay guys, now you can see here all of the control files in my Oracle home directory in oradata orcl. You can see all the 3 control files. Now here the database isn't started. So to delete or if you want to see how it works, first you have to shut down your database. Now before shutting it down, let's log in our database. Well, that was my bad. So now let's start. We will log in on our SQL Plus. Okay, now you can see here our database is closed, our database is dismounted, and then our Oracle instance is shut down. Now let's delete one of the control files and then we will start up the database. So I am deleting my control files and shifting it to recycle bin. Okay, now let's start our database. Here we got the error in identifying control files. Check alert log for more info. Now let's go to our alert log files and see which one of the control file is missing. Now to see our alert log, first we get back to our system level. Then now we will navigate to our Oracle home. Here we go back to steps. Then we go to our admin folder. Then we go to our bdump folder. Okay, we have to first go to our SID. Then we go to our CD orcl, and then we go to our CD bdump. And now let's see type alert. Now this step will check all the files of alert type. Here you go, you can see all the data inside your alert file. Here we come, you can see what the system cannot find the file specified. Now the system specifies that control file d oracle, here control file 02.ctl is missing. So now and it is signaled during alter database mount stage when it was trying to mount the database. So to resolve this problem, let's copy one of the control files, paste it here, and then we will rename. Now here we will rename our control files. Let's say it is case sensitive, so we will rename it to control o2.ctl. Now we have renamed the file. Let's try to start the database. So we have to go back to our database. We quit, and now we log in as SQL plus /s sysdba. Now let's start up. Okay, it says Oracle already running, so we have to shut it down. Shut down immediate. Okay, so now instance was shut down. Now let's try to start the database, as all the control files are in sync and are in the same place. So this time it should show no warning. Start up. You see, this time it doesn't show any warnings and the database is mounted and it will be definitely opened. But now what happens if all the 3 control files are missing? What should we do? Definitely it will be a major problem, because if all the control files are missing, the database will not be able to mount, or the instance will not be able to start. So now, before deleting all the control files, it is the best option to take a backup of the control files first. So now let's take a backup of the control file. So here we will write alter database backup control files to trace as. Now as option specifies where you want to save that backup file. So now here I am going to change in C Oracle, and here I am creating control file backup.sql. Well, everything seems. There is a small problem. Now let's rectify that. There is no space between control file and no s. So our statement is alter database backup control file to trace as C Oracle control file backup. Now let's run it. It says database alter. Now let's go to our C drive location and see. Right here you can see that control file backup. Let's open it and see. Notepad. Here you can see lots and lots of description related to our backup, log, archive and everything. Here you can read the statement. Below are 2 sets of SQL statements. Here they are specifying this one, each of which creates a new control file. As we can see, there is a create statement, create control file, reuse database, and use it to open the database. The first sets open the database with the no reset logs. Here no reset logs option, and should be used only if the current version of all online logs are available. Here it means by that log files. Fine. And there is another mode, no archive log. So now if our database was in archive log mode, here it would show archive log. Currently our database is in no archive log, so here it says no archive log. And here are a few parameters like max log files, max data files, max instances, then our redo logs, then our database files, and there is lots sets of garbage. So let's delete this. Well, here see, all that garbage is removed, all that comment and descriptions are removed, and only the statement required to recreate the control files are mentioned here. Now I would say that just to remove this space between data file here, it might save an error. So now let's go and delete all of our control files. But before save this, now let's delete all of our control files. Before deleting control files, let's shut down the database immediate, and it should go well. Our database is shut down. Now let's delete the control files. Okay, now let's start up the database and see what happens. Start up. You see error in identifying control files. It says all the control files are missing. But before, let's see what is the status of database. Here we will write select status from v dollar instance. It says started, but it is not mounted. So now let's restore our control files. Well, to restore all of our control files, we have to write @c Oracle control file backup. Let's run this. Control file created. You see all of our control files are back here. Now let's see the status of our instance. Already mounted. So guys, in this tutorial saw how to recover and restore and take backup of our control files. Right? Thank you for listening.